What's going on, people? The Witch Doctor, and it's about that time, people. We are less than a week away from Pokemon Sun and Moon. 6 days to be exact, since this video is going up on the 12th of November. It's the end of 6th Gen. We are finally coming to a close with Generation 6. Pokemon XY, Omega Ruby, and Alpha Sapphire are games that came out during the 6th generation. So I liked X and Y. It was pretty good. I loved Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. A lot of people hated it. 3rd gen is my favorite generation, and I think they did a good job with this. They definitely could have did a lot better with Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire if it wasn't so rushed. I believe it was. I feel like it was rushed, but if you guys remember, it's almost like 2 years ago, I believe, where me and Kyle Ken did a video of our top 5 favorite 6th gen Pokemon, and originally he was gonna be in this, but I already talked to him about it, and he told me his mons pretty much still stayed the same, and nowadays Kenny is pretty busy, so I don't want to bug him. Oh, I feel like I'd be bugging him to ask him to come back to this again, because my top 5 mons definitely changed. Aside from one stayed up here on the list, and I figured I'd just let him do his thing, but you know, it'll just be me this time around. So without further ado, let's get into it. It's the end of 6th gen, and my favorites from the generation definitely changed during the time that we made the first video. Alright, so the first one up, guys, and this is actually in order too. It took me a while to do this too. It was hard to pick. Heliolisk. I love Heliolisk. Now, I've been using him for a while. I haven't used him in an FFA in a long time, but back then you'll probably have seen him in a few. He is my Helio Darkness, I believe I called him that. The name makes no sense, but I love it. And definitely one of my favorite mons. I really love Heliolisk. It is number 5 in my top 5 for the 6th gen mons. I love its abilities. Dry Skin is so good, and Normal and Electric is surprisingly a very cool typing, especially with the move pool. This mon has an insane move pool. I think mine was like Dark Pulse, Hyper Voice, Surf, Thunderbolt. Like, this thing gets so many good moves. If you go on Cerebi and like look up its move set, or like what it can learn, it is actually really nice. I was blown away by this thing, honestly. It learns quite I think the word's called an array, I believe. array of moves. So definitely Heliolisk. I love this thing. Alright, number 4. This one, you're gonna have to thank Callie and Marie, because Malamar definitely became one of my favorites. I don't remember if he was on the list last time or not, but I don't think it was. But Malamar, I've been using this one a lot in FFA. I have one named Callie and I have one named Marie, because of the shiny sprites and stuff like that. The colors aren't too similar, but you know, some have purple, some have green. I said screw it, Callie Marie. Or pink. I'm pretty sure that's for Callie, but either way, those are the waifus, the main ones. And Malamar, I love it because the Contrary, it is so good. It gets superpower, which boosts its attack and defense. And Topsy Turvy, believe it or not, I actually got that to work one time in a free-for-all, and that is actually hilarious. So Malamar, it is definitely one of my top 5 favorites. So it's number 4, and it evolves in such a weird way. You have to have your DS upside down, which I don't know how the game recognizes that, but I'm guessing maybe the camera, I don't know. Like, that was insane. That was crazy. So that's definitely number 4. This mon is Psychic and Dark isn't too, it's a decent offensive typing, but getting hit by a bug move is so painful. It does get conversion. That's what not conversion, camouflage, which is what I use. and it changes it into a normal type, which I like. Number 3, this one, I've always wanted a T-Rex in the Pokemon games, and Tyrantrum finally came through. My biggest issue with Tyrantrum though was like his beard. I didn't like his beard and his top row of teeth. They look like candy corn. Like, I don't know if that's just me, but they look like candy corn, and I'm not about it. But he got Strong Jaws and Rockhead as the hidden ability. This mon, I've won quite a few free-for-alls with this mon, and when I mean by quite a few, I mean at least a clean one. No, I'm just kidding. I've won a few free-for-alls with this thing, and it is an awesome Pokemon. Like, it took me by surprise at how good this Pokemon was actually gonna be. And yeah, it isn't too high in the tiers and stuff like that, but it definitely is a powerhouse. It has good defenses, good attack. The speed is pretty crap, but it does get Dragon Dance, and Rockhead with Head Smash is insane. And even if you didn't want to do that, you do get the Elemental Fangs, and well, yeah, you get all the Elemental Fangs, which is actually pretty nice. Even like Poison Fang, and you do get Crunch, so you can abuse Strong Jaws like crazy if you want. And Rock Dragon, not too crazy about that typing. I really am not, but I love Tyrantrum. Tyrantrum, especially the shiny Tyrantrum. That one, oh my god, that's a good one. Alright people, number 2 on the list is definitely a fan favorite from free-for-alls back when I was in a lot of free-for-alls actually. I think this is when I first started in free-for-alls in Duncan's and Candy, like very early, and I still use it to this day. It is Dragalge, and the Darkness Algae people, you guys, you love this thing. And I would see it in comments all the time saying, let the venom spread and stuff like that. I love this mon. I really do. I was about to call it Darkness Algae, but Dragalge, Poison and Dragon is an awesome typing. I like it a lot. And its hidden ability is Adaptability, which is insane. Do you know how strong those sludge waves are? That is nice. And the Dracos, oh man. Mainly it was a Sludge Wave. That's what I want. That boosted up Sludge Wave because of Adaptability. Poison Point and Poison Touch weren't too bad. It's just mines were never physically bulky. They were always especially defensive. But I love Dragalge. Dragalge has always been one of my favorite free-for-all mons. I think it is my favorite free-for-all Pokemon because it just does a lot and it gets people scared, and I love that. So Dragalge, thank you for the all this time you stayed by me during 6th gen. Thank you, friend. And last one but not least, guys, this is actually a new one that I've been using quite a bit, and I love this thing. It hits really hard, and I don't know what it is, but I love Clawitzer. Clawitzer is definitely a mon that took me by surprise. Is when I started using it. I started using this thing kind of late too. I believe within ORAS I started finally using this guy, and this thing's amazing. I love Clawitzer. It looks cool. Its move pool is awesome. Its ability boosts aura and pulse moves by 50%. That is crazy. And it actually has a decent special attack as well. Its special attack, I think it's like base 120, which is not bad, and it's actually pretty decent. Its other stats aren't all that, but they're not terrible either. Like it can take a few hits. That's what I like about it. So Assault Vest one actually works out pretty well. I don't know, for some reason in free fall I love Assault Vest. That's one of my main things, but not too much anymore. But Clawitzer being pure water. Water, in my opinion, is probably the best type because it's, I don't know. Like an all-water team can actually do something compared to an all-mono team of like other typings and stuff. Water can actually hold its own. But Clawitzer, this thing is number 1. I love the design. I love the power. I haven't won too many free-for-alls with it, but it's just more of the enjoyment of using this Pokemon. Like I have so much fun using it. I do like the blue one over the shiny one, but That's preference. It doesn't matter. But that is it, guys. That is the end of 6th gen for me. I don't think I'll be... I might be another free-for-alls before the whole thing ends, but if it does end, and if I'm in one more free-for-all, if I'm in one more, I'm kind of spoiling it because my team is definitely going to be from within these top 5. No questions asked. It will definitely be within this top 5. So if I'm ever in the free-for-all, just know that they're going to be in there. So until next time, guys, I hope you've enjoyed 6th gen as much as I did. A little sad to see it go, but I'll definitely be replaying the games a lot, especially ORAS. A lot of people don't like it, but like I said, I love it. I'll be replaying ORAS like crazy. So until next time, guys, darkness.